Alright, here we go. Welcome in. We're already 7 minutes into this qualifying. A little bit of login issues. Ankbank has the fastest lap with a 1:34.9. And we'll see where everyone falls into place after that. Let's go on board with KDSX. Welcome everyone, welcome to PRL Round 3 in Vietnam. This is Tier 1, and at 1:45 Eastern we'll have Premiere. We're on board with KDSX as he goes off. And KDSS is going to jump into the pits. We're going on board with Bacon as he completes his hot lap. Impossible Bacon backs out, and Weird TV with pole, provisional pole, as he completes his lap. Go on board with Will Ants in the Haas. Nine minutes left in this qualifying session here in Vietnam. Go on board with Hatai as he starts his lap here. He's going to come up on his teammate, Hatai here. Coming up on Bacon. Bacon, you don't want to stay out of the way there. Will Ams closely behind Hatai here. Hatai through the S's. Lots of people on their hot lap here. Hatai runs out of ERS on the back. Final turn coming in. See where he can improve. And he gets up into 8th with 7 minutes remaining in this session. Tons of time for him to put in another lap. T. Darson dives into the pits. Go on board with Terrible as he makes his way through the S's here. Just rounding the last few turns. Around the corner, see if he can improve. And he jumps up 2 places into 6th. KDSX just starting his hot lap. Will Am sits in 5th with a 135.1. Young Am just finished his hot lap and he just overtook Will for 5th. T-Widow, Razor Guy up into 3rd. So he goes off the track a little bit there. King IGD, see what he can do, see if he can improve from 7th. Looking at the Tier 1 standings, after 2 rounds in the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari has a 35-point lead on Racing Point. Ferrari with 87 points, Racing Point with 52. Closely behind them is the McLaren and Williams with 50 and 49 respectively. Followed by Red Bull, Haas, Renault, Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, and then AlphaTauri. Leading the driver standings is T-Widow and Terrible, the 2 Ferrari drivers. Been doing very well in the first 2 rounds of this season. Followed by Young Amps, Impossible Bacon, Lycos, Disgruntled, who is not here today. Will Ams, Dano, KDSX, and Heitai rounds out the top 10 of your driver standings. King IGD puts himself up into 2nd as KDSX takes provisional pole with a 134.3. Looks like he's going to go for another lap as well. See if he can improve on that time. Ankbank in 4th off the track, waiting for people to go by. Razor Guy down in 5th. T-Widow in 6th. Terrible in 9th. Young Amps in 7th. Williams in 8th. Very close times here. See if KDSF is going to dive into the pits here. Yep. Let's go on board with Will Ams. We'll see. It's on his hot lap. He comes around turn 9 there. Into the S's here. See if he can improve from 8th as he locks up a little bit in the second last corner. Coming up to the line here, and that takes him all the way up into 2nd from 8th. It was a great lap by the Haas driver. A lot of people coming out for their out lap here with 2.5 left in this session. Razor Guy on his out lap, T-Widow just in front of him. Terrible in between him and Bacon. And then Razor Guy. Heitai is on his hot lap here. See if he can improve from 12th. Yellow flag in front of him as Red Bull's off there. He comes into the final couple corners. See if he can improve from 12th all the way up into second as Lycos retires. Heitai takes second place, taking off an entire second off of his time there. Lycos looked like he retired in the pits, so there would be no safety car there. T. Darson is on his out lap. We'll go on board with Terrible here. Williams, King, IGD, Young Amps, Igadonis, and XF Ken all into the pits with only 35 seconds remaining in this qualifying session for round 3 of Performance Racing League. Many people trying to improve on their times in the final seconds of this qualifying session. As Weird TV DV goes across the line in the 5th. KDSX, oh, he banks the wall after the roundabout there. Turn 789. He hit the wall. That's gonna lose some time for him. Heitai diving out of the way as a Mercedes goes by him, a Razor guy. See if he can improve from 8th. T Widow up into 3rd. Terrible in 5th. King stays in 6th. Williams in 4th. Razor guy provisional pole. What a great lap from Razor. With as the qualifying ends, he takes the lead from KDSX, who's rounding the final few S's here. And he's going to dive into the pits after he bumped the wall and invalidated his lap. Let's see if Weird DV can improve and take pole away from Razor. Oh, and he spins it and he's into the wall. And that's going to compromise his hot lap. And he's going to have to dive into the pits. He's going to have, yeah, big wing damage there. See Yuppie here, and he's ERS, he's going to dive into the pits. And that should do it for qualifying. Razor guy takes pole off of a great lap at the end of that qualifying session, followed by KDSX. Heitai, T Widow, Williams, Terrible in 6th, Ankbank in 7th, King IGD in 8th. Weird DV in 9th. Impossible Bacon rounds out your top 10. And then in 11th, you have Young Amps, followed by his teammate T. Darson in the McLaren. Stevie the TV and down in 13th. Lycos and Williams in 14th. Varda in 15th. Yuppie down in 16th. Igadonis in 17th. And XF Ken in the Red Bull, racing as a reserve today, down in 18th. We'll give everyone a few minutes to pick out their tire strategies for this race, and we'll be ready to go once that is said and done. Couple people have clicked X here. Terrible has not. That's not great there, guys. Want to give time for everyone to get their strategies in. But everyone reddening up here using the final times as we are about to set foot on our formation lap for this round 3 Vietnam Grand Prix. As Razor Guy takes pole. And let's get those tires up. See what we're working with here. Top 10 on softs, of course. Followed by 1 hards. We got Varda on the hard, and the rest are on mediums, so we'll see how that works out. This track is very skinny. You definitely don't want to hit the walls if you're on, no matter what tire you're on, as we see the predictive pit stop strategy is looking like a 2-stop. You might be able to extend it into a 1 from hards to soft depending on the weather, but usually a soft medium soft or medium soft soft if you're from starting in 11th or behind. You want to get the long stint in stint 1. As we cycle through here, Hayti, T-Widow, Williams, Terrible. Impossible Bacon, Weird. Again, projected pitch stop strategies there. Soft hards, soft. The alternative strategy here. Be a little different using that one. I'd like to thank you for tuning into Performance Racing League. This is Tier 1, Round 3 Vietnam, and at 1:45 Eastern we have Premier Tier Racing Vietnam for their Round 3 action. As everyone rounds the final corner and we look to start this race. 28 laps around this Grand Prix. Yesterday's Tier 2 action was very eventful. Only one DNF, surprisingly, yesterday in Tier 2's race. But turn 1, it's going to be a very tough start, as it is a very sharp turn with all 18 drivers converging into the little streets of Vietnam. As we get ready to go here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And they're off really quickly here. Razor Guy gets an okay start as he takes the lead. He's got a good start. KDSX fell back a little bit, as our timing glitch always happens here. Razor Guy in first. KDSX followed by Hayti, T-Widow, Williams. Terrible dropping back a little bit as King IGD makes a pass. Terrible down in 8th. Ankbank in 9th. Impossible Bacon making a move on Weird. As the timing glitch sorts itself out here. Oh, and Williams has hit the wall. And Ankbank ran right into him and lost a wing. Not a good start. And a Red Bull is into the wall there. Ankbank's gonna have to retire after, or excuse me, he's gonna have to hit the pips. He's got major wing damage there. This Yuppie is up into 10th. If we take a quick look in the position changes off the start there, Weird down 7, Lycos down 4, Williams down 6, Yuppie up 6, and Ken up 5 places. So we have a Sector 2 yellow flag here. And that's the Haas of Stevie, who's fallen back in that hairpin turn. Varda makes a move. Again, the pit stop strategy changes there. Medium, soft, soft, hard to soft, soft. You might be able to extend those hards if you don't get wing damage. As Razor Guy crosses the line. As Weird into the pits, Angband into the pits after some wing damage on lap 1. And go back up to our front runners here as T-Widow's closing in on the back of Heitai, who looks like he's had an issue. Looks like he's lagged out here. He's ghosting. And Heitai's into the wall there. And Heitai's got all spun around if he's there, or if he might have lagged out there. He has issues as he has to let majority of the field by. I'm not sure if that caused any damage for T-Widow and his front wing. There's the two Ferraris behind each other there. Oh, T-Widow's wing looks good there. That's terrible. Closest battle here might be back here at 12, looking for a 12. Lycos looking for a pass on Nigodanis. As Stevie and Varda and Angband are all on hards. KDSX was the fastest lap of this race. He closes in. And we have Sector 2 yellow flag. I think that was Stevie might have bumped the wall. Yeah, he's missing an M plate there. So we go back to the front runners here. As Lycos makes that pass on Nigodanis, they're battling. And Stevie has retired. A virtual safety car. He's gone into the corner after a tough start to this race. He's gone into the corner on the hairpin. And we'll be able to see that possibly on Razor's camera here. DRS is enabled and the car is taken, and we're back to green flag here. There's Razor Guy and KDSX hot on his tail here into the hairpin. This terrible passes T-Widow there, his teammate. Maybe a little communication there. Terrible, a little bit behind KDSX, 3.6 seconds there from the top two runners. As T-Widow is into the pits here, and he's got a 5-second penalty. Speeding in the pit lane, that's not a great start. This pit lane is super short, so you definitely want to make sure you're slowing up way early, as T. Darson is also into the pits. Impossible Bacon here on King IGD looking for the pass. Go on board with him, see if he can get this move done. He's got DRS. A little far behind, he's not going to make that move unless he goes for a dive here, but nope, he stays behind. So Angband passes T. Darson. Weird TV, T. Darson in the pits there. Impossible Bacon does get the move done on King after turn 789 there. And King comes back and passes Bacon again. Both passing each other on that long straight. As King gets squirrely off after he hits the curve and he's into the wall a little bit. And he's lost his end plate, and that'll definitely hurt his timing as Impossible Bacon gets by him there. Let's see what King does if he's gonna dive into the pits for a wing change here. No, he's gonna stay out. You're gonna stick it out with that end plate missing. T Widow, the only one with a penalty so far, and that was for 5 seconds. Speeding in the pit lane. As KDSX overtook Razor Guy for first. Closest battle on track seems to be this position for first, as Razor Guy trails 700ths behind KDSX as they round turn 7, 8, 9. And then into the straightaway. DRS wide open. He's catching. Razor Guy's slowly catching up here. He's not going to make a move into the corner. Stays behind him there. Locking up a little bit, Razor Guy there. Oh, and Razor Guy, a little swirly there, a little lost it a little bit. And we have Sector 2 yellow flag. Would have been in the hairpin there, looks like, as the Renault, Red Bull, and McLaren battle it out. Everyone's starting to get a little bit of distance from each other now. So we're on board with Weird TV as he tries to track down Ankbank for 13th. So he's on the medium compound tire, where Ankbank's on the hard there. Only 6 runners left on the soft tires. As we go on board with Young Amps as he tries to pass Bacon here on the back straight. Bacon does have, just a little squeeze there. Almost running into the wall. As he gets DRS, goes around the outside. Young Amps is around the outside of Bacon there on his... And he's into the hairpin around on those medium tires. That's a great pass by Young Amps. Terrible up in third. Zigodonis drops into 12th there, and T Widow overtakes for 11th. Back up to these leaders here. Impossible Bacon, closest battle with Young Amps on this track. A little wide there into the final couple turns. Will Ann's into the pits. Little T. Darson and Weird DV. One of the closest battles on track here as they round the final turn, coming in across the line for lap 7. As Willan opts for the medium tires here. As he comes out right in that little train of Ankbank and Weird and Darson, he slides into 13th there as the Red Bull's hot on his trail. With Williams on the fresher compound. Williams almost runs into the back of Ankbank there. As we follow this little train here of 12 all the way down to 15th. go on board with Ankbank as KDSX gets a 5-second speeding in the pit lane as he hits the pits for the first time. Will Ams passes Ankbank for 12th, and that'll definitely hurt KDSX's time with 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane. But they will pit again, so maybe on that second pit they will negate the penalty. There's Will Ams up them. Multiple people, King, IGD, Impossible Bacon into the pits. KDSX coming out of the pits here. Let's see where he ends up. Was in first, now in 5th, right behind Yuppie in 4th. It's a good pit for him. He didn't lose too many positions. But he does have that penalty as King drops all the way down into 15th after his pit. As he flies out of the pits now. He's going to catch this train here of Ankbank, and he's going to come out right in front of Ankbank into 12th. Will Ams up in the 10th. Igadonis is having some issues shifting, it sounds like. Something going on there. Maybe just a game glitch. As King passes, and Igadonis is into the wall here. Ankbank catching up on Igadonis. It's AlphaTauri. Could be just a game glitch there. Razor Guy and Terrible both into the pits here. Young Ams is going to come around and a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Weird TV. That'll affect his race as we're a quarter of the way through. KDSX passing Yuppie on the straight here at the race start into the corner, and he's got the move done back up into the second. KDSX, great pit as we have a sector 3 yellow flag here. Rear TV speeding in the pit lane, 5-second penalty. Igadonis into the pits. Weird TV also into the pits here. Terrible down in 7th after he just pit. Bacon in 8th. From the 2 Mercedes here, 3rd and 4th. Go down to T. Darson as he catches on to the back of Ankbank here. So they come around this long sweeping left-hander. T. Darson, sector 1 yellow flag. Looks like Heitai has had an issue in sector 1. Bad day for Heitai. I'm not sure what happened. He was ghosting and went into the wall and spun out. Could be lagging issues. We'll have to hear from him, see what happened. We go back on board with T. Darson. One of the closest battles on this track. This Razor Guy is catching up to Yuppie, up for 3rd place. Razor Guy's gonna overtake Yuppie here on the fresher tire. Some team comms coming in there. You know, have Yuppie hold off any traffic. Give Razor Guy a bigger gap on those fresh tires. Try to catch KDSX. But KDSX does have that 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty. As we look quickly at penalties here, T. Widow with a 5-second, and then Weird DV with 8 seconds. And then we'll look at stops here. Young Ams, Yuppie, Ken, and Lycos yet to take 1 stop. Position changes, Young Ams up 10, Yuppie up 12, Ken up 12, and then Heitai down 14, Weird down 7. We're on board with KDSX here, and we're going to go down to Back down to, as we sector 3, yellow flag. And Heitai is DNF'd out of this race. And we'll be able to see that on Young Amps' camera here, possibly. Oh. And he's gone into the pits. Heitai is DNF'd. Razor Guy sets the fastest lap on mediums, 1:39. So we go on board with Ankbank. T Widow passes Ken for 8th in this race on lap 11. Impossible Bacon catching onto the back of Lycos here. Closest battle on track. Impossible Bacon flying up the inside. See passes Lycos, and that's Bacon in 6th position. Weird TV sets the fast lap, 1:38 on soft tires there. Go on board with T Widows. He also is catching onto the back of Lycos. He's gonna opt to stay behind him and in the hairpin there. Don't want to cause an issue. Trying to dive down the inside. We're on board with Lycos here. 10 laps as Young Amps heads into the pits after 10 laps on his medium tires. See where Young Amps will come out as well. So Razor Guy passes him. Yuppie's gonna pass. So he comes out. Lycos, Young Amps first. Down into 9th here as he gets let go. Will Amps coming around as well. Gonna be a close battle here. Young Amps comes out into 8th. Not too bad. He's just behind T Widows. T Widow looks to pass Lycos for 6th. He's just gonna fly down the inside here. And he's got to move down T Widow up into 6th, and just before turn 789, Weird TV improves upon his own fast lap with a 1:37.9. He's on board with Young Amps as he tries to overtake Lycos. So he cuts to the inside here. Might have nudged the wall there. And they're side by side, but whoa, and Young Amps a little deep into the corner, and they make contact a little bit. And I might add, this is Razor Guy's home Grand Prix. I remember him saying that in the chat. And yep, he dives into the pits on lap 11 here, see where he can come out. It's impossible that he can T Widow all come around the final corner there. Yep, he's opting for softs here. Go on board with T Widows. He's right behind Young Amps for 5th position. Closest battle on track, T Darson and Yuppie kind of battle it out here as Yuppie comes out of the pits, and Yuppie's gotten ahead. We're back on board with T Widow as this race has spread out, and these cars have spread out quite a ways. Young Amps trying to catch on to the back of Impossible Bacon as well. He's going to be on the softer compound as Impossible Bacon using his ERS trying to stay in front. But Young Amps flying up the outside there. And he's got the move done. He's past Bacon there on those quick, fresh, soft tires. Lyco's maybe opting to pit here. 12 laps on those mediums. See what he does. See around DS's here. And yeah, he's gonna dive into the pits there. Williams on his trail in the Haas there. He's gonna pass him. And Ken opts to stay out another lap on those medium tires. So he goes on the lap 13 on those mediums, see what he can do here. See if he can stick with it with King on fresher tires and Yuppie behind him on fresh softs. We go on board with Ankbank right behind T. Darson for 11th. Three-second time penalty for Weird TV, and he's up to 11 seconds in penalties there. And that's gonna greatly impact his race. Lycos opts for softs after his pit stop. It's Ankbank trying to catch up to T. Darson as T. Darson tries to use his ERS, trying to stay in front as they come into the hairpin. Ankbank a little too far behind to make a move there. Young Amps is hot on the trail of Terrible now. We'll go on board with this battle for P3. Lap 15 of 28 here in Vietnam. Young Amps closing in on Terrible here. Terrible gets a good exit there, pulls away a little bit. As Lycos passes Ken as Ken goes into the pits, and Ken's gonna opt for harbs here. See if he's gonna go straight to the end on those harbs. The majority of all the other racers will have to pit one more time. See if that one stop works for him. We're on board with Young Amps as he looks to pass Terrible. He's got DRS. He's gonna go around the outside here. And Young Amps has to move done. He's up into third. KDSX with a 2.9 second lead on Razor. It's T. Widow in the Ferraris catching up to Bacon here. T. Widow on 11 lap old mediums after an early pit. Impossible Bacon using his ERS there a little bit, trying to maintain fifth. So around the final two corners. Lycos on a fresh softs, Weird on softs. Ken's down in the 16th there. So we look on this mini map here. Many cars spread out. Go on board with T. Widow as he tries to pass Bacon. Bacon using his ERS. He got a good getaway there. T. Widow catching up as he locks up a little bit. He's gonna cut back to the inside. T. Widow on the inside, and it's good racing there, nice and clean around those turns. Bacon using his ERS again, trying to pull away from T. Widow. T. Widow catching up though. He's gonna go around the outside here. And he's got to move down T Widow up into 5th. This Lycos passes T Darson here on the back. Long straight. Lycos up into 11th. T Darson here. After just getting past, closest battle here. Udonis catching up to Varda here. And he's got a little tap. He tapped him in the back there. Udonis looking for 14th. And he ran into the wall a little bit. And yeah, he lost an end plate there. His right end plate is gone. And that's going to be tough for Udonis. So we go back up to the front runners here. Bacon, 700ths behind T Widow. Will Ams in 7th. Yuppie in 8th. King in 9th here. And Ankbank in 10th. Go back to Bacon here. He's trying to use ERS, catch up to T Widow. He does have fresher medium tires. This KDSX is pulled up to a 4-second gap on Razor. Possible Bacon trying to catch up to T Widow here. See if T Widow opts to stay out again. Yes, he does. On his 13-lap-old mediums. His second most worn tires here, we'll say. 14 laps for Ankbank on the hards. As Ken passes Varda here in just before the hairpin. And Ken's up into 15th. We'll go to the, and then there we go, Weird TV into the pits here, and he's gonna have to hold that 5-second penalty. We'll watch here. Pit crew just waiting, holding that 5-second penalty there. It's gonna be tough. As the pit window opens for medium runners there, or to go on the mediums for your final stint. Very interesting strategies. Soft, medium, soft, medium, soft, soft, and then soft, soft, medium. Very different strategies. And there has yet to be a safety car. Well, we've had a virtual safety car, a full safety car. I'll add, there's yet to be a full safety car in this race, but you never know, the commentator's curse, I might have messed it up there, but we'll watch Terrible as he rounds asses there. As he sits in 4th. T Widow and Impossible Bacon exchange positions again as Bacon takes 5th. DRS wide open here. And he gets right in behind him. He locks up quite a bit there. Didn't want to run into the back of Bacon, as Bacon gets squirrely there. He spins the back end a little bit. And T Widow closing in on Bacon here. He's gonna have the DRS wide open. As Bacon trying to hold the position using his ERS. As we watch around corner here, it's Terrible, gets a good exit there. And then T Widow and Bacon coming really close there on the exit. T-Widow gonna have DRS again on Bacon. And T-Widow's flying. He's gonna get that pass done around the outside there into the turn. And that's T-Widow up into the 5th. Varda Adonis into the pits there. Razor Guy still within that 5-second penalty of KDSX. As we have 8 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. We'll go back onto King IGD here as he tracks down Yuppie for 8th. As they make their way through the S's. Bacon has overtaken Widow again there, as they're both into the pits. Bacon got into the pits before T-Widow, and Will Ames is going to pass both of them. Yuppie up into the 6th. Adonis, 3-second penalty there for multiple warnings on track limits. We go on board with King here, right behind Yuppie for 6th. Both T-Widow and Bacon opting for the softs. T. Darson opted for the softs as well 1 lap earlier. Ankbank on fresh softs. King IGD still on the back of Yuppie here. See if he can make a pass on the straight. Just got DRS. Yuppie using ERS trying to hold that 6th position. King right up behind him, but he's not going to get the move done. A little too far back. Still the closest battle on track for 6th position here. Yuppie locks up a little bit there. Through the S's. Ooh. King IGD closing that gap. He hits the curbs. You don't want to spin out there. Taking it easy. Yuppie and King both going to dive into the pits. And Yuppie gets a speeding in the pit lane penalty. 5 seconds. And that's tough. And that's definitely going to hurt his times. As many guys jump into the pits here. Razor Guy into the pits. Will Ames going to take the lead of this race. So we have a Sector 2 yellow flag. There's a... It might be Varda. Yeah, Varda had an issue in turn 9 there. And then Razor Guy has the lead of this race. KDSX 1.8 behind him. I'd say both go into fresh softs. Young Amps in between. It'd be interesting to see what Will does here as he sits in 3rd with 13 lap old mediums. There's lots of soft runners behind him. Terrible in 5th. Lycos in 6th. Bacon in 7th. T-Widow right behind in 8th. Terrible gets a good jump there. Impossible Bacon's going to pass Lycos for 6th. Razor Guy has a good 2-second gap as Varda picks up another 3-second penalty. And he's into the pits. Go on board with King as he's still on the back of Yuppie here. DRS wide open. Gonna come to the inside. He's gonna go a little deep there, but he's got the move done. King IGD up into 9th as he passes Yuppie. Go on board with Bacon, closes in on Terrible, both on fresh softs here. Lycos falling back a little bit on 6th lap old softs. DRS wide open. Impossible Bacon sets the fastest lap of this race, 137.3 with 6 laps to go. Razor Guy, KDSX, Will Amps, Young Amps, Terrible, Bacon, Lycos, T-Widow, King, and Yuppie round out your top 10 here. As King gets a 3-second penalty for track limits as he comes into turn 2, 3, and 4 there. Go back on board with Bacon. He's going to have DRS here on Terrible. And Young Amps is past Will. Will's tires might be starting to fall off there. Soft runner is going to be a lot quicker. Fresh softs, 14 lap old mediums. See what Will can do. He's going to try to hold on, I think. With 6 laps left, it'd be hard to pit. You got a 5-second gap between him and Terrible. See what Will does here. He's gonna stay out. He's gonna probably try to make those mediums last 5 more laps. And Lycos is gonna dive into the pits, and he's gonna get a speeding in the pit lane penalty. That's 5 seconds onto his time, with only 5 laps left. Sector 2 yellow flag. Looks like possibly Igadonis got spinned around out of turn 9, and he's really slow to get turned around. He got, let's see what kind of, and he's got wing damage, big wing damage there, and that's going to be tough for him to recover there. Ankbank passes Lycos, as Lycos coming out of the pits on fresh softs. He might be going for a fastest lap there. As KDSX will go on board here. KDSX has brought the gap within 400ths as he was down 2 whole seconds. This Razor Guy locks up there. KDSX very quick on the tail of Razor Guy. Closest battle here for P1. Oh, KDSX, a little bump into the wall there. Still good, that wing's still good. Just a little tire bump, but really close battle here. So he's right on Razor's tail here. He's gonna have DRS coming up the straight. It's a little too far back, but we'll see as they round these few corners with 4 laps remaining. And Razor Guy gets a pretty good exit there, but KDSX is going to have DRS. KDSX is going to go by on the outside here. King sets the fastest lap, 1:36.9, and KDSX has passed Razor for the lead. Razor 1 lap older tires. Still tons of time in this race, couple laps left. He's got a good gap behind him. 9 seconds back on Young Amps. Terrible's caught up to Will here. And Terrible's gonna pass Will for 4th. And that'll be a great points for Ferrari if Terrible can keep it, as they do lead this Constructors' Championship. Possible Bacon. Will Amps closing in on Terrible. See if he can get that position back. Impossible Bacon closing in on Will. Couple close battles. Ankbank here. He's gonna pass Yuppie. And they're close there, and he's got the move done. Ankbank up into 9th. As Impossible Bacon on the back of Will Amps' has. Razor Guy slightly out of that DRS range of KDSX here as they round a few corners. Go back on board with Bacon as he tries to track down Will Amps for 5th. Looking at the penalties here, 3 seconds for King, 5 for Yuppie, 5 for Lycos, 6 for Weird, and 3 for Varda, 3 for Udonis, as Impossible Bacon tries to pass Will around the outside. And he's inside of Will, and he's up into 5th there. So we look at the stops here. Will lands on a 1-stop, and Ken on a 1-stop. We're on 3, and the rest are on. We're Bard and Igadonis on 3, and the rest on 2. As Will's gonna get the DRS and pass Bacon there. Maybe a good move by Will, back up into 5th. Let Bacon pass, and he's got the DRS, and he's back up into 5th there. This Razor tries to track down KDSX for this lead and win in Vietnam. Young Amps is trying to pass Varda here. Blue flags for Varda. Want to get out of the way there, even though we have ghosting on. Possible Bacon gets a DRS, but he's not gonna try to pass Will there. This Razor is down 1.5 seconds on KDSX with a few laps to go here. T-Widow in 7th was right behind Bacon and Will Ams. Bacon going around the outside again, see if he can get this move done like last lap, and he does. See if, and T-Widow's gonna overtake Will Ams in that too. Will Ams got a little displaced there by Bacon, and T-Widow takes advantage. Will Ams gonna have the DRS though on Widow. Wide open on T-Widow. Will Ams is up into 6th. He's gonna go around the outside, off the track a little bit as we follow this close encounter. Possible Bacon holds on to 5th. Will Ams on the inside. He's gonna walk the track limits there. T-Widow passes him there. We go on board here with Will. King is catching up as well. 3 seconds though. As T-Widow's gonna make the pass on Bacon and be great points for Ferrari here. 4th and 6th so far with 2 laps remaining. Bacon using his ERS trying to hold on to 5th. And he goes a little wide. T-Widow's around the outside. No contact yet here. Good clean racing, and T-Widow's passed Bacon for 5th. Bacon's gonna pass him back on the straight with the DRS wide open. And there's close encounter there. Say round 7, 8, and 9 here. And there's a little contact there. T-Widow and Bacon, a little contact. And T-Widow's got the move done. Bacon's gonna have DRS though coming in behind him, using his ERS trying to make the pass quickly. It's Will Ams quick behind. Possible Bacon makes the move. They're side by side, little contact into the hairpin. And Bacon's got 5th. KDSX rounding corners, starting his final lap of this race as we have sector 3 yellow flag. Not sure who that yellow flag was for. As Lycos is on the back bank there. But we're this position for 5th, our closest battle on this track as we are on the last lap of this race. T-Widow gonna go around the outside here. He's on the inside of, and they made contact, and Bacon lost positioning there as T-Widow had a little contact with his back tire, and Will Ams is gonna up into 7th here. King IGD is right on his tail. And the Razor guy, 3 seconds behind. KDSX used his 5-second penalty in the pit, so he doesn't have that penalty anymore. As we come on back on to Bacon, he's closing in on T. Widow. T. Widow trying to use his ERS, dives it to the inside, and he's way deep, and he's going to have to put it in reverse. Impossible Bacon lost so many positions there trying to pass T. Widow, and he's dropped down into 8th as KDSX takes the race win in Vietnam. Razor guy in 2nd. Young Amps gonna come across into 3rd. Terrible in 4th as he crosses the line. T. Widow in 5th here. King IGD catching up as he passed Will, as Will on the one stopper. Impossible Bacon's gonna be disappointed. Try to dive into T. Widow there. We'll see where penalties bring Will into 6th, T. Widow in 5th. Impossible Bacon, 5-second penalty, unserved for Lycos, and that's going to be tough on him. He's down in 10th. Hank Bank in 9th, King in 8th, Yuppie in 11th. T. Darson's coming around in 12th. But Bacon up in the 7th, it's not too bad, but yeah, he tried to make a dive there in the hairpin and went too deep. He had to throw it in reverse on T. Widow. Will Ams with a great drive on the one stopper, 21 laps on the medium tires into 6th. Great points for Haas, even greater points for Ferrari. And congrats to KDSX on 1st. Congrats Razor 2nd. Young Amps top 3 for our podium. Great race by all. Young Amps driver of the day, absolutely started. Let's see where he started from, up into 3rd. As we see the podium winners there. Young Amps started in 11th, up into 3rd. Great race for him. Terrible 6th to 4th, not bad at all. Impossible Bacon 10th to 7th. Lycos, Yuppie up a couple as well. But that's Tier 1 action in Vietnam concluded. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Performance Racing League. And at 1:45 Eastern, we have Performance Racing League Premier Tier at Vietnam, Round 3. Tune in then. My name's Spark. Thanks for listening.